Real Madrid just picked up an absolute huge win, a massive win, a monstrous win, right? They picked up a big win after Barcelona picked up a big win because Barcelona just won a huge game yesterday, and then the ball was in Real Madrid's court. You got to keep up with Barcelona. You got to keep up with Lamine Yamal. You got to keep up with Rafinha. LUKA, Modric, who continues to impress the world of football with what could be the goal of the season. So far, obviously, there's been a lot of amazing goals out there. But dude, I'm telling you right now, man, there is some insane goals that I've seen. And this LUKA Modric one, especially at that age, to do what he does, hasn't even been playing like 90 minutes every year, every game. Just unbelievable. But there's so much for us to touch on. And before we touch on LUKA Modric and his greatness and the legacy he's going to leave beside in our beautiful game, we must keep the same energy we keep towards Lamine Yamal. That's where I want to start. You know how every time I talk about Barcelona and I hype up Lamine Yamal because he's one of my favorite players in world football, but I talk about how he needs to learn how to finish. And once he gets his finishing down, he is going to be one of the world's best talents for sure. He's already one of the world's best talents, but he's going to go to the next level. We got to keep that same energy for Real Madrid. Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., these guys are leaving way too many chances on the table. When the game was 1-0, Mbappe had a one-on-one, which was a beautiful play, a beautiful ball in. The way he brought it down, everything was amazing. But again, he shot the ball pretty much directly at the goalkeeper. It's a tough finish, but for the standards of Mbappe, the quality of Mbappe, you got to be putting games away like that for Real Madrid. That's very important. And he missed it. And again, you're not going to score every chance you get. That's not how football works. Messi missed and Ronaldo missed. You miss. But we got to keep that same energy. We can't criticize Lamine Yamal for his finishing and then act like Vinicius, Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. We got to keep that same energy. I love those guys, but sometimes Vinny, I always say it, sometimes Vinny does too much with the ball. Sometimes Vinny does, there's something I love about Rodrigo. He has the talent like Vinicius Jr. where he could do all the skill moves. He could do all the craziness. He could do all the fancy stuff. But Rodrigo gets straight to the point. The talent's there, the ability to pass the ball, the ability to finish, everything about Rodrigo's there, but he just does it. He doesn't do too much. He doesn't try to overcomplicate a play. He doesn't try to break someone's ankles. Vinny's also always going for that beautiful game. And sometimes it's a bit too much. Now listen, it's a beautiful thing. We got it with Ronaldinho. We got it with Neymarzito. We got it with so many of these amazing players, which made them some of our favorite players in the history of football, right? It's awesome to watch. But sometimes Vinny's got to leave that in his bag and just do the simple stuff. And I think it'll make Real Madrid even better, and it'll help them a lot. Now, I'm not saying he needs to stop it. Don't stop it. Keep dancing. Keep doing your skill moves. But sometimes you got to keep it simple. Sometimes just do the Rodrigo and do it simple, keep it simple, and make it happen. And that's a lot what Rodrigo does. But we do have to keep that same energy because Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. leave way too many goals on the table, right? Way too many goals on the table. So we got to keep that. We got to keep that same energy. With that being said, also, by the way, Vinny got a goal today. But I'm just saying they leave a lot of goals on the table. Now, back to LUKA Modric. Jude Bellingham out due to the red card where you guys know he yelled some bad stuff at the ref and got suspended. I saw something where they were talking about suspending him for 12 games, and I saw something where where Real Madrid was saying they're gonna pull out La Liga and go play in a different league. That's not gonna happen. That's all lies. That's all this. That's all that. Look, man, everybody's gonna have their days where they go at the ref. It is what it is. Barcelona's not really, Lamine Yamal's not ever really somebody to talk about referees. You know, he doesn't like talking about refs. He even said that publicly. And yesterday he even showed a picture where his foot was cut open and because of a tackle that wasn't given a foul. So it's just La Liga refs, man. But with that being said, LUKA Modric steps into this team and just absolutely, if you didn't see it, the ball gets knocked out of the box. He volleys it down his chest, ball bounces, he smashes it, and the goal he scores from far is just a work of beauty. And I want to say this, man. There's players that will mark this era of football, not the Jude Bellingham era, not the Mbappe era. I'm talking about the era of LUKA Modric, Iniesta, Xavi, you know what I'm saying? Messi, Ronaldo, this era, right? That era right there, Benzema. LUKA Modric needs to forever be talking about as one of the world's greats. When we talk about Xavi, when we talk about Iniesta, when we talk about Zidane, what LUKA Modric was to football is mental. And if you don't believe me, go look at how far he got Croatia in major competitions. Their team was never this outstanding country. That he was a guy that really, really took a team and really helped a team go to the next level. Luka Modric will never be matched again, man. What he did in football is absolutely mental, and it's great to still seeing him doing it at this age. It's just unbelievable to watch, and it's a beautiful thing. So hats off to Luka Modric, who is just an absolutely unbelievable player. Another thing I really want to touch on, and this one really kind of pisses me off, and I got like a little bone to pick with my boy Ancelotti, but I just want to see Güler play, man. He is an unbelievable talent out of Turkey. They have a few of them right now, man. They're dropping absolute studs out of there. We got one at Benfica that's called Harry Potter. We call him the Harry Potter. We also have Koçu. Turkey has a lot of good players right now, man. And Güler on the bench just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right. I wish they would have put him on loan. I wish they would have let that boy get some PT, man, somewhere else, because he's not seeing any PT at Real Madrid. And I just don't like it, man. I don't. It's too good of a talent. And I know Barca fans are going to start laughing and be like, oh, he chose the wrong side. He chose the wrong side. He should have came to us. He chose the wrong side. He made his bed. Now he has to sleep in it. But listen, if y'all would have got him, y'all wouldn't have got Dani Almo. And Dani Almo's a really good player for y'all. So it's not like, you know what I mean? This isn't a Madrid versus Barca thing. It's a young kid that's extremely talented, that should be playing, should be getting more time on the bench. And I hate to see it. And I don't know where he's going to end up. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know if he's going to end up staying at Barcelona, at Real Madrid. I don't know if Ancelotti's mad at him. I don't know if Ancelotti doesn't like his work rate in training. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you. But I just know deep down inside, bro, I just feel he needs to be playing because he's such a talented player from what I've seen. So it makes me really, really sad, man. It makes me really, really sad to not seeing him playing. And with the upcoming games that are coming up and Jude Bellingham kind of out, I mean, I wouldn't mind to see him getting some playing time, man. I think the kid deserves that. You know what I mean? But I also get it. They have Luka Modric. They have Brahim. So I get it. I understand. There's it's Real Madrid. It's full of talent. I fully understand it. But he just looks like an outstanding player, and I wish he would get a lot more playing time. But a huge win today for Real Madrid, and it looks like it's going to be a dog fight all the way to the last day of La Liga, and this is what we want to see. Whoever wins it, whether it's Real Madrid, whether it's Barcelona, whoever takes this thing, we want to see a dog fight. Listen, lads, I want to go into the last day of La Liga, and both teams are separated they're tied on points, okay? And that's what I want to see. I want to see a competition to the last day. And a nail biter to end the season. It's what I want to see, bro. That's what football's all about. So really, really exciting, man. I can't wait for the upcoming Champions League games. I can't wait for the La Liga. I can't wait for that next El Clasico. It's all shaping up to be just fire. But a season that is just being hindered by injuries. And I kind of want to jump to Man City real quick and talk to you guys about Man City and Liverpool that faced off. And as I'm making the video right now, it's actually 2-0. Ended 2-0. Salah hit and Sabi hit, and the 2-0, right? So I don't want to say the Man City downfall needs to be studied because the study ends really quickly with injuries. Rodri is such an important part of that midfield, just not being there for the season. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really tough. And the injury bug didn't just start this year. First of all, I think it's too many games, but the injury bug really hit last year. To a lot of the big teams. I mean, if you guys remember, Real Madrid lost pretty much the entire back line and their goalie to like ACL tears on their knees. One guy that's really, really never bounced back after that injury I think he took was Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I remember he missed a little bit of time. I don't remember if it was this year or last year where he missed some time. Might have been both years, but it feels like he's never really bounced back and got back to the Kevin De Bruyne that we know. Now, listen, I'm going to say this real quick. When you're a team like Man City and you've been playing at the level they've been playing for the last 5 years, right, to be able to win the amount of Premier Leagues they won, to get to Champions League finals, to constantly be in the Champions League, I think eventually it catches up, right? And it takes a toll, especially on older players like Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva's getting up there. I think it really takes a toll. But I think one thing that really needs to be said today as well, and we can't like just ignore it, is the fact that Liverpool is probably the team that's in the best form in the world. And I know a lot of people say, wait, what about Barca? And I agree with you with Barca. Barca's one of them for the way they performed the Champions League, the way they had started the season. But Barca had that little slip up. Liverpool hasn't really had a slip up. They might have had a slip up in in like domestic cups in their country, like those the small little cups, the energy cups and stuff. Maybe they had slip ups there, but when it really comes down to it in the Premier League and the there's been no slip ups. In the Premier League, they just keep pushing further and further and further away, and they just been on fire, bro. They're a team that really needs to be talked about. So I know City's not having a good year, but let's not deflect that from what Liverpool is doing. Liverpool is having a fire season. They win again 2-0 today against a big team. It's still City, bro. No matter how you put it, it's still City. And they continue to do their thing. So you guys get in the comments, let me know, who do you think the best team in the world is right now? If I had to really, really tell you the truth, I think it's Liverpool. I think Liverpool is probably the strongest team. Okay, if you get the whole season, you put a whole season together and who's been like the most consistent, and I say Liverpool. And then after that, I'm probably taking Barcelona. Barcelona's had really big performances this year. I'm not going to put Madrid over them because El Clasico, the way they outperformed Real Madrid in El Clasico, I got to say Barca and then probably Madrid or something like that. I would go like there, but I got to take Barca for now because they're in first place in La Liga and they also outperformed Real Madrid in El Clasico and they came in second place in the Champions League, right? So you got to go Barcelona. With that one, Real Madrid went to a playoff. So I think that Barca and Liverpool have been the most consistent teams in football this year so far. Doesn't mean anything, but for me, I think they're the favorites for the competitions they're in at the moment. And we'll see how that plays out. But just an unbelievable game from Madrid. Good win from Madrid today. Unbelievable performance from Liverpool, and just a really, really tough season for Pep Guardiola and Man City. I think they'll be back next year. I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll fix it. I think they'll bring a couple players in to help them out. But age catch up to all of us. So look at this. Look at these whites, man. When I started making these videos, I was a baby. Now I got whites in my hair, in my beard. You know what I'm saying? And I got no hair. You know? So at the end of the day, man, age catches up to Kevin De Bruyne, catches up to all of us. It's just a matter of time, man. So big wins, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. Get in the comments down below. Let me know who you think is the best team in La Liga, in La Liga, in the Premier League, and in the world. I want to know who you think is the strongest team right now, and whoever you support, like as a Benfica fan, who you're scared to play and who you wouldn't want to play, because there's some teams on fire right now. Hey, thanks for watching.